You stuck your tongue in that man's mouth and he still gave you his ass. Your girl Talisa Rae. What's up? How you doing? Ray of Sunshines. We are reviewing Ready to Love season 2, the final episode. Will you be mine? Honey baby, I just know that these two little reunions is gonna be lit. It is too, right? Cause babe. Okay, let's get going. So we pick up where we left off, where, you know, Alexis is like, I want it, all of it. You know, I don't want this smoke. I don't, you know, the drama is going back and forth. It's getting heated, excited. It gets so bad that Tommy, I'm embarrassed, that Tommy says, we are not going to be ladies. We are going to remain classy. First of all, why are you perpetuating the stereotype of the black woman and how we can't get along and how we full of shit? And you know, it really breaks my heart to see that type of strife between two beautiful women, like, and on top of it over a man. Regardless of what Alexis's mouth is saying, she was upset about London. Then she has the nerve to say, you know what, I'm not gonna fight over a joke. I'm not gonna fight over a joke. But baby, were you not just in the moment? Did you not feel your temperature rise? Did you not hear the train leaving the station? Like, you were getting ready to go full speed ahead, and now you're not gonna argue over a joke? Let me tell you something. Quite possibly, you are the joke in this instance, okay? So at this point, you know, it's too much. And so Alexis is like, you know what? I am going to just go ahead and bow out. I can't be around clowns. Baby, I'm with Devyne. Who you calling a clown? Listen, what we ain't gonna do is call no names. What we ain't gonna do is be disrespectful. I mean, this is getting a bit carried away. You calling me a clown? Girl, listen. Breaks it down to her easy. Your focus needs to be on Brent, but you keep constantly saying London's name. You said Brent's name once or twice, but London like 17 times. That's me, you know, expounding on what Devyne had to say. But when you think about it, it's the honest to God truth. Why? Why is his name continuously in your mouth, constantly in your mouth if you give zero fucks? Somebody, hello? Anybody? So then Alexis goes into the story about leaving the restaurant, the rooftop, and how she had left her keys, locked her keys in the car, and that London stayed there with her until the tow truck came, and he paid for the tow truck to take her car home. Stop right there. So all tow trucks have Slim Jims and can get into any car. Old cars, newer cars are easier to get into. Y'all better understand. And I could be wrong. And if one of y'all out there is dating a tow truck driver, is a tow truck driver, and can rebut this, give me a rebuttal, then do so down below in the comments. Because I ain't never known your car having to be towed for no keys locked in. Hello, somebody? Help me understand it. And as they waited for the tow truck to arrive, he pulled her closer and gave her a kiss. Oh, okay. I'm with Devyne. So, you know, the one thing about Devyne is she is rationally thinking. Y'all, I had like an M&M and I shouldn't have. I feel like it's in my teeth, so excuse me. I'm with Devyne. Like, why would you want to be with a man, like last episode, that's immature and doing 3 ways? And then why would you want to be with a man or kiss a man that you say is so awful? You got all these horrible things that you saying, well, I just wanted to see if we still had chemistry. Oh, you did you? What, did you find out that you had chemistry after you kissed him or something? Because you still acting a stone cold fool. And then, as not to further add insult to injury. So first you on a three-way call saying that he ain't never said I was his number one. Now you saying he's a terrible kisser, he's a terrible liar, he's got a big stomach. You were gonna say, and he does not know how to take care of. I don't know what it was because they cut it off. I mean, I rewound that like 5 times trying to read her lips to see what she was saying he didn't know how to take care of. Somebody, do y'all know? Is it inferred? Did y'all see it on social media somewhere? I'm nosy and I want to know. And right before Devyne said that she was bitter and hurt, and that told her she's bitter and it hurts and it's obvious, I thought to myself, this girl is extremely hurt and is going to great lengths to make sure that Devyne feels how she feels. Like she belittles her. Like she, makes her feel like, oh, maybe I never was number one. Maybe he was interested in Alexis. Like she is going to great lengths. But honey, Devyne, shut her up. When he said, well, he kissed me and blah, blah, blah. You stuck your tongue in a man's mouth and he still gave you his ass to kiss. Even Tommy was like, oh. Whoa. Whoa. P-R-O. Whoa. So at this point, you can see Devyne starting to rev up. Like she's been calm and she's been cool and she getting to doing this. And Tondy kind of like, puts her hand down like, come on, relax, girl. But Tommy said, listen, Alexis, do you still have feelings for London? And that hoe, no, read otherwise. She had to take that deep breath to say no. Because if you didn't have feelings for London, your instant reaction would be, no, I don't. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm just going ahead and trumping everybody right now. I'm going to go ahead and show his hand. That's what I'm doing. Your immediate reaction would have been no. You would not have had to take some deep, long, drawn out breath in order to make your point known. I don't know. Y'all believe that she don't have feelings for him no more? Of course you don't. Tommy is like, well, the way the emotions are flying around in here, it's going to be a first. Well, it's only 2 seasons, Tommy. We're going to have 4 final couples. You guys have all made it. However, there's still 1 step left. You guys will have to meet each other's families. Like, that is the telltale sign. And Tondy said something in her, confessional, which is meeting a man's family when they here's the key. When they introduce you to their family, that means something to them. That means you're worthy, that they are really interested in you. Now, listen, back in the day, Tondy, back when we was growing up, when we was in our 20s, that's true. Now these fellas is showing it. Now these fellas is letting every woman meet their mama. And the mama just like, hey, baby, because we can't keep track of their names. Furthermore, I feel like, yes, that is a true statement when they are really into you and you know that there's a genuine connection. However, in this instance, it is a requirement for you to move forward. So even if he didn't want you to meet his family, he signed up for the shit. He had to write it in and say, hey, yeah, my mama, my daddy, my sister, my brother, whoever is going to come. I mean, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Okay, so I like that right after the wine bar, she was like, I need to go and sit and talk with London. We need to have a conversation about what just happened in the wine bar. Y'all notice that they always meet at the same place? They ain't never got no food or no drinks in front of them. Where they at? Where? Take me on a real date. I know we filming or whatever, but buy me some food before we get there. At least pretend like, come on. I don't know. I'm greedy and I like, mixed drinks. My favorite is a lemon drop. Sometimes it's a sidecar. Sometimes it's a margarita. Sometimes I just want shots. But you get the picture. Oh, what's really good? A pomegranate martini. Baby. Oh, a lychee martini. Okay, I digress. She really puts it on the line and says, I'm not into looking foolish. You're not gonna have me looking foolish out here in these streets. Number 1, did you go ahead and kiss the girl? And on top of that, did you call me on a 3-way and tell her to be quiet so you could prove that I wasn't, number 1 to her? So London did have that bewildered, confused look immediately and then said no. That I did not do either of those things. that she's accused me of. I am innocent of those offenses. You know, didn't you feel the energy on the rooftop? Yeah, we all felt the energy on the rooftop. It was tense in there. However, both of you were jealous of the other, you know what I'm saying, of what was happening in your relationship. So that's some kind of energy too. You could have definitely been outside and tried to plead your case, and things progress. So my question to you is, do you believe London when he says that he didn't do either of those offenses? Now, here's what I think. I think that Alexis would have to be a serious habitual liar, a serious liar, and would require some intense therapy to have come up with such elaborate stories, from the three-way to the tow truck. I mean, now she may have exaggerated or stretched the truth a little bit, but I feel like there's some truth in that story that she said. It may not have happened exactly how she said it, but there's something that occurred. I don't know. What y'all think? I really want to know if you think that, you know, that he is guilty of those offenses, that if he did do the things that Alexis said he did. The three-way call and the damn kiss me and pay for my my tow truck. Like I said, though, tow trucks normally have some type of Slim Jim or some type of mechanism to get into your damn car. Okay, call a spade a spade. She believes him and she trusts what he's saying. Now I don't, because once you forgive somebody for something, ladies, fellas too, you have to move forward. So if I say, if we were in a relationship and you cheated on me and I take you back, I have to erase that. I have to wipe that slate clean. I can't constantly look like you're a cheater or you're cheating on me currently. I have to wipe the slate clean. And so with her trusting him and forgiving him now, she can't go back on it. And that's just the way I feel about relationships. You can feel differently if you'd like. I also wanted to say, live camera does not do Devyne any justice. I started following her on Instagram, and she's actually a lot prettier on her photos. And yeah, okay, I know my angles, and yeah, they got filters and, you know, airbrush and shit, but that does not diminish how beautiful she is, even with her enhancements. Okay, I believe I'm following Alexis as well. Well, we see Brent and Alexis. Alexis, it's time to meet his mother, and I believe it was his aunt. Let me first say this. I'm glad that his ancestors, that the Lord Jesus Christ tapped him on the shoulder, that the Holy Spirit came down and engulfed him and told him that he needed to use real flatware, real cutlery, and real damn glasses. Okay, I was so glad not to see no red cups and paper plates, but I suppose not. He did make great dinner, and his mother was coming to visit. He does resemble, you can tell that is his mother. She looks younger than him. Okay, all the gray makes him look older, but they don't look exactly alike, but he has her eyes and like part of her nose. Anyway, Mama gets to the point. I want grandchildren. How do you feel about children? Now, of course, we know Alexis wants kids, but I'm all like, why does all of her answers seem so contrived? They never just seem like genuine or like an authentic reaction. It always feels rehearsed. Like, okay, if he says this is what I'm going to say. Not to say that they are contrived, but they feel that way to me. They don't feel so authentic. And then Mama is like, so tell me about what happened at the cabin. Baby, I was like, Mama is wasting no time playing no games. Let's ask the tough questions. Alexis begins to rattle on about London and how, you know, she liked him, but he wasn't paying her any attention, you know, didn't try to put any time in with her. So, you know, there was Brent, and he was discovered. That's how, and I realized that Brent was the one for me. Like, I'm with Brent. I'm not second best. And I guess my best wasn't good enough. I am second to nobody. You didn't give me a good shot. I didn't give him a good shot. I judged him right along with her. I said he wasn't aggressive enough, but he turned out to be a very genuine guy. A guy that has grown on me. Like, but I would have talked to him. I would have interacted with him. I would not have put him on the fucking interview. I wouldn't have put him on the witness stand or tried to interview him. You understand what I'm saying? We are not on a cross-examination. I wouldn't have been, you know, like, I don't know. That's one thing that she could work on, is being a little more interactive, right? Maybe she's nervous because of the TV. But he was like, don't choose me because London don't want you. Hello, somebody. So Tiny is going to visit Mario, and at Mario's house is his mother, his cousin, and his daughter. His daughter is absolutely gorgeous. Listen, I didn't realize that he was an only child. I mean, y'all probably remember, but I don't. It was one of those details that I didn't pick up on, and so it kind of makes sense around his personality. Being an only child and a boy, he was definitely pampered and coddled by his mother. Honey, they didn't hold back. Oh, no, they didn't. First question out the gate before she sit down and have a glass of wine is, are you submissive? What? I know you lying. Is that the right question right now? Am I submissive? Where is your man, mama? Did you submit to Mario's daddy? Where is he at? Did he pass away or something? I can't remember, y'all, if he did. But I'm just saying. And Tondy, who is very personable and very charismatic, I think handled herself very well and says, we will submit to one another. The mama hits her with, well, that's not what the Bible say. Now, mama. Mario urges Tondy to say, ask her family if he's controlling, and they said, well, I wouldn't use that as a descriptive word for him, but he does like to control his surroundings, the things around him, meaning I guess his house, you know, the things that he has control over. So if we get married, do I become one of those things? I would still be side-eyeing and still looking like you want to control your environment. I'm in your environment. Does that mean the way I dress and the way I talk and the way I move? Like, this is going to be long. They also talk about, have you seen his dark side? You know, he's mean and he be yelling, and then right behind that, the cousin uses the descriptive word selfish to describe him, that he's selfish. That is an attribute of an only child. I have 2 only children. Sounds weird, but I do. And I'm all like, oh. I do give Mario credit because he's like, you know what, I used to have a bad temper, but I've worked on it, and that's what we call growth. I can't agree with that more. Bad temper, quick temper would be how you would normally or used to would have described me. But now, I pride myself on being more in control. Every now and again, the beast wants to come out. Sometimes you got to beat her ass back in with a stick, because I don't like her. The beast, that is. I don't like her. Leave her where she is. He also says that he's no nonsense. And most people who have, like, who are kind of quick tempered, are a little no nonsense. Like, don't bullshit me because I see it and now I'm mad because you think I'm stupid. When they asked her what's the worst thing you've ever done, and she said spray paint a car, I was like, girl, you good. That's good. That's so nice. I'm sure there are a few of us here. There are a few of us that may have stories a little stories a little worse than spray painting the car or 2, okay? Or 2 or 3 or whatever. Okay, whatever. We see Devyne go to London's. His parents flew in from Houston. That little apartment they in, I don't know, is that... Listen, I can't see is he a marketing director living in that little bitty place? Especially since Atlanta is very cost efficient to live in, you know, to rent, to buy in, if we're comparing it to where I live in California, okay? So I don't know, is he really living in Atlanta, or is that just for show? Like, I don't know. They didn't have really much conversation. When she said, I've already named our daughter Paris, I thought, oh, your old ass gonna have a baby. Oh, okay. And she came right behind that confessional and said that she could pop one out for him. And I thought, isn't that kind? Listen, I believe Devyne and I are around the same age, if not the same age. I'm not popping out any babies. So if I get on Ready to Love and the man wants children, I should probably let him go, because I don't want any more children. I have 2 beautiful sons. I really prefer men that have children that are around my child's age, okay? And if they have daughters, that's great, because they normally will latch themselves to Kingston, okay? And then, is this his mother and his father? Because I thought he said that they weren't together. At one point, he said he got shipped off to. He was in California with his mother and got shipped off to Texas with his father. So, are they in a relationship, or is that like his stepmom? Because I can't remember what the bottom said. So, concurrently, Brent goes to visit Alexis, and it's her aunt and her cousin. And then London goes to sit with Devyne's godmother. They didn't share anything really, except for that he said it's nice to be in the presence of two beautiful women. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But the way he was looking, we kind of know his tale for lying. So now I kind of, at this point, was like, oh, he was lying to Devyne. Like he has a tail. Like it's something about the way he smiles and the way his eyes go that tell you that he's lying. I don't know, y'all. Did y'all see it or not? And then, you know, Alexis's aunt says, I have a good feeling about you. You guys are cute together, you know. And so let me go back and make sure I got all that. That was it for them. Mario goes over to Tondy's, and at Tondy's is Mario's and at Tondy's is Tondy's mom and her daughter. Her daughter is absolutely gorgeous. And they said, and he asked the question, what is it about Tondy that everybody's saying I can't handle? And they both pretty much say that she's very outgoing, you know, very friendly, very outgoing. And he says he's secure and he can handle it. Can you, Mario? Because back at the pool, though, you were very cool, calm, and collected, and was talking to her in a manner that was not offensive to me. I mean, because some of y'all was in an uproar that I didn't think that he was trying to control her. But listen, I come from a different school of thought. But underneath, underlying, even though he tiptoed around what he wanted to say, was very careful, handled her very carefully, deep underlying was some insecurities in his behavior. Because if I was secure, I wouldn't be worried about it. I know some of y'all said her shooting that water gun wasn't appropriate in the first place. The mama was like, oh yeah, the mama thought he was handsome. You know, mamas, you know what, listen, when you are like 20 years apart from your mother, y'all like the same kind of men, okay? They ain't, her and her mama ain't, her mama probably in her 60s, child, like my mama. And then her brother said, I don't know if, you know, Tondy shared this with you, but she called me and told me, Mama, I think I might have found my king. I had to comb this nappy wig on that. Because you might have found your king in 2 months. Girl, bye. I mean, listen, it's possible. People get married very quickly. When I met my husband, I met him in July or in June. He proposed to me. No, I met him in June. He moved in with me in September. He proposed to me in December. We were married the following July. So it does. Things can move quickly when you know, like, you know, Devyne said it was only a month before she had got married the first time, okay? And they stayed together 6 years. So it's a thing, but I mean, he ain't showed me nothing that would say he your king, but I'm not you, and I'm not dating him, Tondy. So let me mind my own business, girl, honey. And, you know, I'll see you again. They leave, welcoming him to the family. Like, yeah, he's in. Like, they already in love. Well, of course, Darin is in Detroit because of his father. We find out that his father is doing better. So Tommy, you know, goes and has a conversation with Ashima, and they just talk about how they've been riding since day one. They've been thick as thieves, and that they were locked in. She said, we've been locked in from the beginning. Now, I really feel like Ashima's gripes were all valid. Okay? Everything she felt was valid. But my question is, why do you have those gripes? Why did you feel that way if you've been locked in since day one? No, that's a question. Because you do have trust issues and you are a little bit insecure. Because if a man says you're locked in from day one and you believe it and you agree with it, then I can't see any reason that you would feel threatened by anybody. But we know what it was. It was the dogs. It was the dogs that was the turning event. So the final 4 couples have met all, each other's family minus Darin and Ashima. That's a thing, because you really get insight to people when you meet their families and shit. They have to pick a time and place to meet and meet face to face. If they both show up, they can talk about whether or not they, go forward. 9 times out of 10 they will. But if one does not show up, then that means it's a no-go. Yeah, we not moving forward. I don't want to try this out. So we see Alexis first, and she goes to that Ferris wheel, the sky box. I don't know what it's called, but I always see it like, on Instagram. Next time I'm in Atlanta, I'll have to go visit. I love that lipstick on her that she has on. It's not Men Love Mystery. I don't even think it's that other, it's not Heroin either, I don't think. I have both of those, but it's pretty. If anybody knows what color that is, let me know. Both of those lipsticks I mentioned are from MAC. Heroin is the darker of the 2 kind of purple. So let's just go through it. I'm not gonna break it up how they did. So Alexis sits and waits for Brent for a good moment, for a good while, and all I could think is good, because you've been too cocky, you've been up on that high horse, you think that you are untouchable, so he probably should make you sweat a little bit. And she starts to think about it, like, shit, he did think that he was second, that he was taking second place, that he was the option, not the priority but the option. And so she starts to wonder, like, is he gonna show up? Well, he does. He shows up, and he shows up with the single rose. The only one that shows up with a single rose. I don't know how y'all feel about that. I mean, a single rose is, very debonair, very sexy. But when she sees that everybody else got bouquets of flowers, bouquets of roses, is she gonna feel is she going to feel differently about it? Probably not, because they don't have that connection yet. Pretty much they say, they're going to ride it out together. They're going to see where it goes, and they feel good about their decision. Let's see how we develop. Okay? The anticipation was the only thing that was good about their interaction. So Mario and Tondy, they meet like at a lakefront. And they both show up. Mario arrives first, but when he turns around, he sees Tondy, sashaying in her black jumpsuit with her hair pulled back, coming to meet him. They both mentioned that they are very nervous, rightfully so, especially if they like each other. Like, this is a huge moment. Is he going to want to continue seeing me? Does he want to, that whole thing? Does he really like me? Has he changed his mind? He's had time to sleep on it. Like, those are valid emotions. When you like somebody, you get butterflies. He actually has a beautiful bouquet of roses. Like, I'm a flowers girl, so I am excited by flowers. Dear future husband, always bring me flowers. Just because. Not because you're upset, not because it's an anniversary or my birthday or some shit, but just because you saw some beautiful flowers and you thought about your wife. Thanks. I know some people don't like flowers because they die, but I love flowers. It is God's decoration to us, okay? Bring me flowers. All kinds of flowers except what? Carnations, because I know he's going to watch this. My future husband will probably stalk me here first. But I'm serious. So Mario goes into his speech and he says, I really want us to continue, especially with, commitment and compromise. And listen, I think that we would be good. We can continue. We can be successful with commitment and compromise. He forgot the other C, which is communication. For any relationship to be successful, to be effective, to be healthy, you definitely need communication, commitment, and compromise. Those 3 C's have to go together. So I pray that they add communication to the other 2. Anyway, he expresses his intentions to her, like, she begins to, just say, let's seal it with a kiss, and, really express herself. And he says, stop, I really want you to hear me. My intentions are to really get to know you, really develop in our relationship. And I really appreciated the fact that he said his intentions out loud. Like, I am speaking them out loud to you. So now it is in the universe. Okay, now the universe hears it and will bend to what I want. I want to get to know you. I want to grow with you. I want to see where we head. And then he does one other thing. You remember that cheesy pottery ring? He ended up having it like painted. It didn't look like it went in the kiln. That's the thing that heats it up and makes it shiny or whatever. But he gives it to her on a chain. And it has some sentimental value. It was cheesy before. It's still cheesy now. But the fact that it was something to solidify their connection, to show that he was listening, to show that, I'm committed to this process and getting to know you, was a big deal. Now, if things don't work out, Tondy, you throw that shit in the trash, okay? She said in her confessional that she was glad that she met Mario and that she found out that there is someone worthy. Oh, wait, let me get it right. That I am worthy for someone to love me. Yeah, I like Tondy. I do. I really, really like Tondy. But you have to know that you're worthy to be loved even before you meet him. Ladies, I'm going to tell you, you might have been moved and you might have agreed with her, but you have to have the understanding that you are worthy of love, to receive and to give love. Not only that you are more than enough. You have to be whole. You have to be happy. You have to be in a good space. You have to love yourself, because the worth of love does not come from someone else. It comes from you. I deserve to be loved and to be treated with respect, and for someone to be concerned for me and to care for me and honestly want me to be happy with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that has to come before that. I'm not going to get on my soapbox. Y'all know I am a lifestyle coach. I'm getting ready to put up my... I'm getting ready to launch my website for you guys to be able to book me. I want to be booked and busy, and to be able to purchase my book and stuff, and my podcast and all kind of stuff. Look out for it. Stay in contact with me. Connect with me on Instagram. All right, let's keep going. So London and Devyne, they meet at some waterfront place too. He also has some flowers. His looks more like grocery store flowers. I buy that arrangement all the time for myself. Nonetheless, it is beautiful. But again, it's flowers. I like flowers. Before they meet up, he says, you know what, I need to make sure she understands that I'm in this, that I want to get to know her, that I want to grow. He says that. And he says to her, I want to grow organically. Organically. I don't want it to be forced. I don't want it to be this process. I really want to get to know you, because this process was something that was sped up. Not only that, she is aggressive. And you can see when they both agreed, she was like, so we go together now? You my boo, you my bae? We go together now? He was like, I'm more your boo. Or some shit. I don't know. But she is very forthright, very forthcoming, very aggressive. Even if she doesn't think that she is, she is. Because he repeated it again. I want us to grow organically. And when they kissed, like the first time they kissed, it did not seem like a good kiss. Maybe Alexis is right. Maybe he is a terrible kisser. I don't know. He's got nice lips. And lips are the key to good kissing. Well, part of them, they have to be nice. They have to be soft. And not too much spit. Like, we need a whole kissing course, right? So we get a little, Devyne throws us off for a minute, because she's all like, I appreciate where you're going, but I let the little birdies get in my head. And then they cut off to commercial. Of course, you might have for 5 seconds thought that she was gonna leave him alone, but honey, she stuck it out this long. Why would she stop down? And that's when the awkward kiss happened. I kind of skipped around. I was so excited to see that Darin flew in for the final episode. I'm gonna say, Ashima girl, that outfit was not flattering for your body type. You didn't have on a spank. I'm not judging you, but listen, the dress was cute. Let me say this one thing. I have a note here that Devyne said that she knew she was number one, and that she needed the validation and reassurance from him. But she knew. Okay, let's go back to Ashima and Darin. He also has beautiful roses for her, and he just talks about with what has gone on with her father and them being apart, that they have been, that, you know, it made them stronger. I really feel like he's kind of still bullshitting her. Ashima's like, you know what? I missed you while you were gone. He was like, I missed you too, girl. I think the one thing that helped to maybe relax him a little bit is that she said, I can possibly do Jack and Jill, because that's the thing that's holding him up. Because you guys remember, like I remember, that he was into Ashima up until that dog situation with the when he met her friends. Like up until that dog situation, he was all in. So I'm glad that she said I could possibly, meaning, you know, you got to slowly introduce me to him, slowly integrate me, maybe one at a time, not both of them at a time, you know. And so I think that he was like, good, you know, he did. He said, good, you could do Jack, and you could possibly do Jack and Jill. That eased his mind quite a bit. Okay, well that ends the finale episode. Okay, listen. Devyne and London. Let's just go through them real quick. Devyne and London, it's a no for me. Ashima and Darin are going to try and make things work. You know, I'm going to root for him, but I don't know how successful it's going to be, because he is not transparent, open, or honest like he says he is. And she's all in with blinders on, okay? On Instagram, I did see them at some event together that she, you know, was involved with. Brent and Alexis, they're still getting to know one another, and he was second best to London, and so that's always going to play in the back of his mind, like he's competing against the ghost, because London is no more, right? And then we had Tondy and Mario. Okay, so Tondy's already put up that they went to Puerto Rico together, and that they had a good time together, and that they're really getting to know each other, so that's a good start. I don't know. I don't know. Next season, in season 3, maybe I'll come back and revisit the whole Tondy and Mario thing, because I'm not sure. I mean, you know, she says that they gel well or they match. They're different, but they match, but I don't see it. And y'all tell me down below what you think about the couples. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of Ready to Love Season 2, Episode 10, the finale. Will You Be Mine? Listen, we're coming back for the reunion. I can't wait for that messy shit. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll catch you on the next video.